Update. Am I the a-hole for not apologizing for withholding financial support until my son passed his paternity test? Original post. I, 55 male, have 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. My son is my oldest, and up until recently, I thought he was a decent man. Unfortunately, my daughter-in-law, Tessa, 32 female, showed me that I was wrong when she revealed to me that the reason she was divorcing my son was because he cheated on her multiple times and gave her an STD. She made a social media post with pictures of text messages and showed video recordings of messages he left, proving her side. I was shocked, and when I confronted my son, he said that she was over-exaggerating and that the only reason he did it was because she wasn't putting out. Tessa gave birth to their second child 7 months ago, and their first child is 3 years old. I apologized to Tessa for my son's behavior and then yelled at him for being so selfish, intentionally hurtful and cruel. I did not hide or downplay my disappointment and was only silenced by my wife's defense of our son. I remember how hard it was when my wife had our second daughter and couldn't believe she didn't have a shred of sympathy for Tessa. Tessa is a sweet and smart person, and she didn't deserve what our son did. My wife has been letting our son stay in our house despite my wishes, saying that he needs our support, but I say he's in need of a hard lesson. We fought about this constantly. Eventually, my son accused Tessa of getting the STD from someone else and demanded a paternity test. I knew these claims were BS and saw red. I yelled at him for it, and his mother came to his defense and told me a man had every right to know if his kids were his. I countered by demanding a test of my own, and my wife was offended, and I moved out. She and my son sent others after me and either lied or overplayed what things were like at home, and I just got tired of defending myself. I was going to let things be until either my wife or son contacted my job and made hurtful accusations about a female employee that I've been mentoring for the past year, and that's when I snapped, and now I'm filing for divorce. The house is paid off, so I'm willing to let her have it, but until a judge says so, I've stopped putting money in any of the accounts that she has access to, and only make payments to the credit card with a $4,000 limit so she has money to buy groceries, get gas, and pay for her other expenses. I've also changed my main beneficiaries to my daughters and told my son that if he wanted a single cent of my money, he'd have to take a DNA test. He later did, and he passed. I responded with an email acknowledgement that he was my son, as well as a copy of a re-updated will where he will receive 10% of my assets. My wife and son are demanding a public apology, but I don't feel like they deserve it. Am I wrong? Edit to add, just to be clear, since people seem to be skipping over it, my wife called my job and accused one of my mentees of getting special treatment in exchange for special favors from me and other men in the company. She made such a big public stink that HR is investigating, and my mentee is considering leaving due to the embarrassment and stress, not to mention the damage to my own professional reputation. I hate to ask, but could the reason your wife is defending your son's cheating be that she possibly has cheated on you too? It's crossed my mind. Not the a-hole, but get your half of the house. Get a really good divorce lawyer. Document, document, document. Either that, or get half the house's value and assets. Do not walk away from the investment in the house. She can either find a way to buy you out or sell and split the money. My sister made that mistake. It still haunts her. She was running from an abusive husband, so I get why she just wanted out. Now that he's proven he's your son, leave the money to his children. I'm leaving my son something because 1. I told him I would if he was proven to be my son. 2. I don't know the specifics, but if I leave him something, then he can't legally challenge my will. 3. I am going to leave my grandchild something. It's just taking a minute to see what my options are, because I want to put it in a trust that neither parent can touch. Not because I don't trust their mom, but because I want to remove the stress and drama of her having to be in charge of it. Why did you feel you have to show him a copy of your will? I didn't give him an exact copy of the will. I just sent him an email giving him a broad summary as a way to prove that I told him what my wishes were, in addition to the will, so he can't challenge it later. Now for the update a month later. Because I still see a few people writing, "Update me," I thought I'd give a little update to the chaos that is my life. In short, the young woman I was mentoring talked to HR, is leaving the company, and will be suing my wife for defamation. I am also being pushed to leave, despite HR clearing me of any wrongdoing. A lot of people in the office either give me dirty looks or keep their distance. I've also gotten a lawyer. She feels confident that because of the evidence of my wife's blatant attempt to sabotage my reputation at work, I can give her a lump settlement instead of alimony. My lawyer also agrees with many of you regarding not just giving my wife the house, but rather selling it and splitting the profits. I'm back in the house for now, per my lawyer's advice, and it's pretty miserable. I'm definitely drinking a lot more than I used to, just trying to hang on. I've also had some hard but honest conversations with my daughters, and I have come to accept that there are certain aspects of fatherhood that I've failed in. I did show up to school events and spend time with my children, but overall, I let my wife do the majority of the parenting and she favored our son. I just never really paid much attention, and my daughters didn't feel as if they could talk until now. However, they're still willing to have a relationship with me and are on my side with the divorce. I haven't spoken to my daughter-in-law much, but she did send me a thank you text for standing up for her. Thanks for reading. The good news is, it's not too late to try and heal the relationship with your daughters and be an involved grandparent. I'm betting this isn't the way you planned things to be, but I think you can make things better than they were. Talk to your daughters and daughter-in-law and ask them if there's anything you can do to become a better grandparent or parent. Time to fight like hell to demonstrate that you're contrite and willing to put in the hard work to repair or build strong relationships with these women in your life. A big event like this opens up the ability to have either a lot more positive impact or a lot more negative impact. If you want to make amends, you never know how much time you have or how much time they're going to be willing to give you. I hope the reality of things is a kick in the butt that hurts now, but eventually leads to a life worth not just living, but enjoying. Quit drinking and spend more time with your daughters. Instead of wallowing in drinks, start rebuilding your relationship with them. Let that occupy your time and energy. Glad to hear you got a good lawyer. Document what is happening at work and consult an employment lawyer too. I can't believe your wife called your place of work and sabotaged you. What a cow. Your colleagues shouldn't be privy to that. HR should have kept it quiet until an investigation was done. Don't get pushed out. You did nothing wrong, and the gossip will die down. Definitely get half the house in your divorce. Your wife doesn't deserve to keep it. Your son is a spoiled brat. I feel sorry for your daughter-in-law. The worst part is that her comments were directed more toward this woman who did nothing to her. OP worded it oddly, but if you read what he wrote, she said the woman got benefits because she was providing special, that is, sexual favors to OP and other men in the company. So it makes it look like this woman used sex to get ahead professionally, and not just with OP. It's like she chose an innocent bystander and shot her multiple times until she could be sure at least one bullet ricocheted and hit OP too. I mean, if she had just said they had an affair, it would still be awful, and I'd think the wife was disgusting for making this poor young woman collateral damage. But this wasn't even a case of the woman being collateral damage. That just sounds almost psychopathic. I guess it's why she really did feel no empathy for her daughter-in-law. She's not capable of it and doesn't care who she hurts. Second update 4 months later. Hello and Happy New Year to those who celebrate. I forgot about this account until now, and have decided to post updates for anyone who cares. Okay, so here's the update. I filed for divorce a few months back and returned to the home per my lawyer's advice, but my wife and son have not made it easy. I had to take video of them accosting me and present it to a judge for them to finally back off or be forced to vacate the home. I also have locks on my bedroom and office doors, and a small fridge in my office. I go to my oldest daughter's house a lot for dinner to get some peace, and I also think it's really convenient for when we have our deep conversations. I've also attended a couple of video therapy sessions with my youngest daughter to help her unpack some of her issues. Ultimately, my daughters decided that, in spite of it all, they still want me around and can see that I'm willing to listen and respect their boundaries, so we're solid. I left my job but was given a decent severance package and now work as a freelance consultant for other companies in the same or similar field. I don't get paid as much and don't have as much security, but it's something. And the free time allows me to help out more with the grandchildren. My daughter's children, not daughter-in-law's. Daughter-in-law has decided to keep her distance until the divorce is finalized, and she has primary custody of both kids. My son is allowed to keep the oldest overnight, but almost never does and won't visit the youngest, since there's still a baby who prefers breast milk to formula. My former mentee is suing my wife, who had the audacity to ask me to pay her legal fees. Her divorce lawyers seriously asked for that, and she's trying to get the house. Last I checked, they were going to settle, which will end up having to come from her portion of the sale of the house. A sale that she was trying to stop by not approving any of the repair people I suggested, so we could fix up the house in order to get it ready, as well as wanting to dispute its value. It's taken a judge's order to get her to finally back off, and I'm basically going to have to foot the bill for the repair and realtor fees if I want to get this over with sooner rather than later. Fortunately, the judge also agreed that the more I pay toward getting the house ready, the less I have to pay out to my wife, so I see that as a win. I get why it's important, in the divorce, that he stay in the house. I do not get how the son is allowed to stay. Like, as one of the two owners, shouldn't OP be allowed to veto that? Give him an eviction notice or something, especially since he mentioned filming both of them harassing him and presenting that to a judge. It obviously could vary by jurisdiction, but where I live, you can't trespass a person if they are on the property at the invitation of an occupant. As long as one occupant says that a person is welcome on the property, then they can't be trespassed, even if multiple other occupants want them to leave. Why do I have the feeling that his wife knew about the cheating all along? Great son. Ruined his marriage and the marriage of his parents. I bet he still doesn't see what he did wrong. Considering that she accused OP of cheating too, I would not be surprised if she herself was also unfaithful at some point. OP's soon-to-be ex is not just nasty, she's dumb. Imagine screwing with the money coming in that would be paying your alimony. If they award it, she'll be getting less because she cost him his job by running her mouth. And the audacity of asking him to pay her fees for getting sued because of this same issue. She tried to sabotage him, but he's supposed to fund her tantrum? Final musing. Here's another sign to men to be a present parent who doesn't just leave their partner to raise the children, expecting it'll be fine. Mostly because your family deserves better, but also for situations like this, where your partner is not doing the right thing and you're lucky that you're the less awful parent, so they tolerate you. Last story. Would I be the a-hole if I send my wife's affair partner's girlfriend evidence of their affair? I, 32 male, have been married to my wife, 31 female, for a little over a year. We've been together for 9 years in total and have a 10-month-old baby. Her behavior was off, and something was just nagging me to check her phone. Man, did it hit me like a train. Turns out she met a guy about a week ago in a bar in our neighborhood. The guy's from the neighborhood too. Just a week in and they're like sweethearts. She went to his place and they fooled around, but said they hadn't had sex. Not that it matters at this point. So I sent myself all the proof, changed my passcode, prepared divorce papers, and waited. She noticed something was off. She started pushing, asking what was up with me, why I was edgy about my phone when she woke me up, asking me to give her my phone unlocked to call herself since she didn't know where she put hers, etc., etc. Later, she started pushing again, and I just snapped and said, "Fine, here's my phone, now give me yours." She gave in reluctantly, but she had already deleted messages. However, she didn't delete explicit photos from the recently shared album on her iPhone, so I started asking about the photos. She started getting nervous and making excuses, and I'd had enough. I just dropped her phone, said I knew everything, pulled out the papers and said, "Go be happy, go F yourself. I don't care anymore. I'm livid, I'm lost." She threw everything away for someone she met like a week ago? WTF. I bought us a house. I'm renovating that house myself after work, and this is what I get in return? I can't stand her, but I'm rethinking filing those papers because of the baby. Sorry for venting. Anyway, I'm agonizing over telling this guy's girlfriend about everything. She nearly caught them herself when she found my wife's hair. One is blonde, one is dark-haired. He fed her some BS, and she apparently bought it. I'm torn between not wanting to ruin their relationship and thinking she should know. Plus, screw those cheaters as a bonus. The reason I don't want to ruin his relationship, even though he partly ruined my marriage, is that he actually had moments like, "This is messed up. We're going to hurt everyone. We shouldn't be doing this, but I like you so much, blah blah." So, what should I do? Nuke their relationship or leave them be? Edit. Just to make it clear, I'm talking about nuking the affair partner's and his girlfriend's relationship by revealing his affair. People ask how I can get papers quickly. It takes 30 minutes to download a template or a form from the court website, fill in personal details, and print it. How do I have all this information? From their messages. They talked about everything. He even sent my wife a photo of her hair that his girlfriend sent him when she found it. You would not be the a-hole. I can't stand her, but I'm rethinking filing those papers because of the baby. Do you want to teach your child to put up with a partner who cheats on them? I'm torn between I don't want to ruin their relationship. You wouldn't be. He ruined their relationship when he cheated on her. Yeah, this really nails it. Staying for the baby sounds noble until you realize what you're actually modeling. Kids pick up on way more than we think, even if they're little. And you're right, OP wouldn't be ruining anything. The affair partner already did that the moment he chose to cheat. Telling the truth isn't revenge. It's giving someone else the same information you wish you didn't have to find out the hard way. You would be the a-hole if you didn't tell the affair partner's girlfriend. She deserves to know. If I may ask, what was your wife's reaction to getting served, and is she still in contact with her affair partner? Also, please do tell your friends and family about her affair before she can paint you as the bad guy. Get a DNA test for the kid just to be sure. Who knows if this wasn't her first rodeo? She started shaking, crying, and begging me. She woke me up the next morning crying, saying she hoped it was a dream. She said she read the papers and that it ripped her heart out. She told him that morning that I knew, and they had an 8-minute phone call. Nothing after that I know of. She probably realized the affair partner won't leave his girlfriend for her. Now you're gone, and she has no one to take care of her and the baby. Does she have any skills for a job? I'll never let the baby suffer. It will be taken care of. To be fair, neither of them planned on leaving anyone. They were like, "This is so wrong, but how do we stop? We are so meant for each other, but this can never be." Oh, poor us.